Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Vintage Inspirations. Today I'm making breakfast. I'm going to be making some salmon cakes, grits, biscuits, and eggs. And of course, you can take this to a whole nother level. You can make homemade biscuits. You know, if you have your health and you're strong. I'm cutting corners. I'm going to use this. It's by Pillsbury. I really don't like the grands. I like the regular ones, but for some reason it's hard to find them. They always have this fluffy one. And I haven't bought them in centuries because I try to stay away from them when I can, but it goes with the dish, so I had to get them. And then I have some all-bay season, some garlic because we're going to have to flavor the salmon. And I have some flour, some all-purpose flour, because you'll have to add some to the salmon to give it some grit, and then also to coat the outside of it. And then we have some red pepper flakes, some paprika. Here I have some thyme, some Italian seasonings. You can kind of put any type of herb that you to your liking, long as it's not like a sweet taste, like a sweet herb. And then I'm going to use some garlic powder because you don't want to put too much garlic cloves in the salmon cakes. When you bite the salmon cakes, you want them to be moist and like melt in your mouth. You don't want like chunks of vegetables. So you see here I diced up some bell peppers, different colors, some scallion, a little piece of leek, and a tiny bit of garlic. And so that's why I'm going to incorporate the garlic powder. Don't use garlic salt. You don't want these to be salty. And this All Bay has enough salt. And I'm going to be using some of that. I'm assuming there's salt in here. I never checked, but I know it's some salt in there. And then for the biscuits, I'm going to be using some just delicious raspberry preserves. Very, very yummy. And it's just you can use any kind of grits. It doesn't matter. You could even use grits with cheese, grits with they have grits with a lot of things. This is just the original one. They even have the one that cooks in 5 minutes. This one tends to cook more like 10 to 15 to 12 minutes. I think. You know what? Let's just read it. It's right on the back. Because I haven't made grits in centuries. I used to make them all the time. Yeah, 12 to 14 minutes. I was right on. And then we're going to have eggs. So we're going to be frying some eggs, and then 1 egg per can. And I'm using 2 cans. I'll probably get about anywhere from 6 large salmon cakes to about 7 or 8 smaller ones. It just depends. So that's what we have. And so let's get started. I don't think I left out anything. Oh, the butter. Any kind of butter, margarine, whatever. That's just for the biscuit. And then you can also use it in the grits. Some people like cheese, add cheese. I don't like cheese in my grits. That's why there's no cheese here. Okay, let's get started. And I forgot to mention, I believe this is a southern dish. Yeah, because they sell it a lot here in Georgia in the restaurants. When you go, they always have salmon cakes and grits and eggs and biscuits or waffles, anything with like some strawberries. And when I ordered this food, of course, I ordered some strawberries, some actual strawberries to have on the side. But of course, they didn't. They shopped them. I paid for them, but they didn't come in my bag. It happens all the time. So that's the only reason why I don't have any strawberries here. But you could incorporate strawberries or like some peaches. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I pre-cooked the biscuits this way they'll be done. I'm normally when I make those type of biscuits in the can like that, I always use the cast iron pot, and I'm gonna show you why. They come right out. See that? Right out. It's no sticking or nothing like that, and it's just beautiful. If you can get your top golden brown like that, you're doing good. But I'm scared that the bottoms are burned, so I go ahead and take them out. And like I said, these are the fluffy ones. I really don't like the fluffy ones because you have all that dough inside. So what I'm going to do is just scoop that dough out and make it flat and put my jelly. I just basted. One thing good about the cast iron pot, when you take it out, it stays nice and hot. So you can slice your butter and just stick it in between and on around the edges, and it melts all in the bottom. That's why you see the bottom looks all shiny. That's from the butter, yeah. And if you want this one, I wanted to show you, you could take it a step further, slice it open, and put a slice of butter inside. Yes, you can even do that. And leave them in there. Leave them in there because the bottom is still getting golden crispy and that butter's still melting here. And then after a few minutes of that, then you want to take them out. So let's get started on the salmon cakes. Okay, so we're going to open up these. And this is the brand that I normally use. It's a cheaper brand, but for some reason it pairs with this dish perfectly, and the texture and the density of it is really, really great. Because I've tried like some better brands that, you know, they cost more, but they don't hold up. Like when you cook them, they have a weird taste. Maybe it's just because I'm used to this brand. I'm not sure. This is what I've always used from years ago. And a good friend of mine's named Evelyn taught me how to make these some years ago. My mom didn't cook the salmon cakes. She didn't. I don't even know if we had salmon, because back then salmon wasn't popular. You know, salmon became popular like the last, I'm going to say, 15 years at least. I grew up in New York City. It wasn't popular there. We had like salmon, but it wasn't like the pink salmon. It was a different kind of salmon, like a black salmon, I think. Okay, so let's get these open. Oh, we got to get this really under there. I know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, wait. What's going on? Let's just try this. That's not the lucky can. I'm doing something wrong. I haven't used this can opener in quite a while. And I'm not, you got to get it in there. Nope, that ain't it. What's wrong? Okay, let me try something else. No. I'm not sure, guys. Okay. So normally when I have guests, they always call me, how do you work this? And then I do it instantly. But now it's not working for me. I'm not sure. Wait, let me see. Okay, all right. I got it. I had to look underneath. Then I figured it out. Wait, that's not it. Wait. Now it doesn't want to work again. Nope. Okay, I can't think that's it. This is hilarious. This is when you need help. You really do. Because I'm like pulling a muscle trying to bend under here. Okay. All right. So what I think is it's probably time for another one. I'm going to tell you a story about this can opener. I had to have been at least, because my son was about 2 or 3. He was really young. He was in kindergarten. And a friend of mine lived around the corner. She knew I loved antiques. So she knocked on the door. Her name was Tammy. She used to sell me antiques. In fact, I still have some of the antiques that she sold me today. And I could name them. I actually know. Not all, but most of them. But anyway, she knocked on the door. She said, they putting somebody out up the street, and the people left, and the owner's just throwing everything outside. She says, come, come, come. She says, been sitting out there for 2 days, so no one hasn't touched it, so we get first picks. So I'm getting dressed. My son's in school, so I'm like, good, I ain't got to bring him. So we go up there, and I had like a little pulley cart. And that's where I got this can opener from, and I've had it ever since. It's by Cuisinart. It was brand new in the box, and I've had it all these years. And my son's in college now, in his 3rd year. So I guess maybe it's time for a new one. What I do is once a year or twice a year, every 6 months, I go in here and I sanitize it and, clean it out and sharpen a little blade and, with a nail file, just to keep it clean and clean. You have to like go over and all that. But we're not here for the can opener, right? Okay. So this has some liquid. You don't want the liquid. So that's, I skipped a step. You want to wipe the tops because the tops, you need them. So don't, normally you don't open the can until it's sitting there and you just pop it off so you don't get the germs. But this, you need to leave the top because you need to drain this liquid. I'm not going to move the camera. You can actually see it to your left. Yeah. Or to your right. Yeah, because you'll see it the opposite way. So you want to drain that liquid out. So don't forget to wipe the top. And be careful because these tops are so sharp. So sharp. And do the same thing with the other one. And you can also make salmon cakes. You could use tuna fish too and make tuna cakes. Yeah. I've never cooked them, but I've eaten them. Okay, so then you dump that. You can see the bone. Can you see the bone right there? That's what you want to take out, that bone. So now you could see it. So go back to it and just open it up and then just grab that bone out. Well, it normally comes out in one piece, but because we're filming, it wants to come out in pieces, but I'm going to show it to you. It looks like a backbone. Yeah, you want to discard that. And then it's these little tiny bones that's always attached to it. You don't have to worry about those. They dissolve, so you don't really have to. But what you want to do is you want to go in here. Sometimes there's more bones and you just can't see them, so you want to kind of break it apart gently. Do not destroy the salmon. And I don't see any more bones. Sometimes you don't see them, and then when you bite into it, you'll get a bone. It's okay. It's not going to harm you. Okay, so now we'll slide that over. And we'll do the same thing with this one, and the bone is right there. You can see it right there. If you want to use regular salmon, go right ahead. You can use any kind of salmon that you want. See, this one has a smaller bone. You can use any kind of salmon that you want. Some people actually leave the bone in there. They like the flavor. It flavors the dish. Bones always have flavor. And I'm just checking. Okay, I knew it would be another bone because that one was too little. Normally when you have a little one, you're going to find another one. See that long bone? So that's why you have to check. Because that one wasn't visible. There it goes right there. Let's get rid of that. And I think that's it. I doubt if there's any more. It's normally just 1.5 or maybe just that one. But look, I found some more from that other piece. Remember, this is processed. So what happens is I'm finding more bones. Let's get this out. They're smashing it down, so that's why the bone is compressed into it. Yeah. Okay, so you want to gently break this apart. You don't want to mash this. We're not doing mashed potatoes or anything. Let me rinse my hands off. You don't want to mash your salmon. Okay, we're going to add a little. You don't, like I said, you don't want too much of this stuff. And I was supposed to dice this with my big knife because I cut this with a little paring knife. I meant to go over it with my dice to, to make it smaller. But, I forgot, so it is what it is. And we're going to add all the seasoning. And remember, that's Italian seasoning or oregano and then some fresh thyme. I can't wait till the summertime comes back so I could grow some more thyme. My thyme plant is sitting there, but it's so brown. If anyone can help me with it, let me show it to you. It's right here. I've tried everything. Oh, wow. Actually, I see some kind of growing. A few pieces. Could even pop some off and put them in the dish. It's just drying out. I'm not sure anyone has any idea what I can do with it. It's just drying out. So sad. Okay, then I'm going to put some garlic powder, not garlic salt. I'm not going to say that because some people may like it salty, so then use your garlic salt. And then I'm going to just put And we're just using just to pull out that seafood flavor. Yeah, that's all that is. And then we need to add the paprika and the crushed red peppers is really just for color. You want that nice golden brown red color. And then we're gonna put 2 eggs. I was once told you're not supposed to break your eggs in the dish that you want your eggs because the shell may fall in and yeah. So I should have broke it on the counter. That's just a tip. So get that a little mixed. Just the egg. I'm not mixing the stuff because you want to kind of give that egg a beat. You want to beat the egg rather, yeah. Okay. And I normally do this with my hands. I hope you can see some. I'm trying to get a different angle here so you can kind of see a little better. I think it's working too. I'll show find out. And if you were using 1 can of salmon, you would use 1 egg. Yeah. Okay, and then this is when you add your flour. Let's slide the flour in. See how yummy that looks? Yeah. You can also cook salmon just the way it was. You would just leave it kind of like whole pieces, and you can saute it on top with onions and peppers and garlic. And then you can serve that over rice or some asparagus. Yeah. So you want to add a little bit of flour into your mix just to kind of bind it together. Just a little. See, I just put a little sprinkle. I think I might need a little bit more because I have 2 cans. Yeah, just so when you're holding it together, it will hold up. I think I got some egg here that didn't blend together. Beat, yeah, it didn't beat. So I'm putting a little bit more. And then fold it in. And you can skip this step if you want, the folding in the flour. I think it holds the thing better. This is actually so simple, and you would think it would be so hard. It's not hard at all. Remember, guys, I'm not mashing and I'm not stirring. I'm just trying to fold. Okay, that's good enough. Now what we need to do is we're going to make our salmon patties. So I need another bowl. We'll just use this right here. Because you have to have a bowl to put your flour in. Let me make sure everything's in the shot. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me slide what we're not using out of the way. Okay. So maybe 2 cups or 3 cups of flour. That was 3. No, this is not a cup. What is this? This is a 1/8 of a cup. So 3 of those. Yeah. Let me push my sleeves up a bit. I'm going to take off my ring because I do not want that salmon in my ring. Okay, so we don't need that spoon anymore, at least not right now. So you make these any size you want. They're still a little watery. I could have added a little bit more flour to give it a little bit more stiffness, but I think it'll be okay. You want to pat them together. Kind of like a meatball hamburger situation. And then just flatten it out. And you can do these any shape. Some people normally like to make them kind of narrow. I just like a regular shape, like a flat, kind of like a shape of a biscuit, like the ones back there. Oh, I forgot a step, duh. Yeah, you gotta coat your cakes, and you have to coat them with the flour, duh. Yeah. And give it a nice pat. Make sure it's together. The thing is, you don't want them to come apart when you're cooking them. And with that said, I'm going to add a little bit more flour to this because it's still a bit mushy. Yeah. And then just leave it. It's kind of like when you're doing dough, you need extra flour. So put some in your hand. Yeah. You could make these as large as you want. If you have like a husband that loves salmon cakes or children, you can make large ones. In fact, you can make a whole one and fry it or even bake it. And you can serve that for dinner. It's really a lot of things you can do with this canned salmon. I don't know if this processed salmon is healthy for you, but like I said, I've tried this with fresh salmon. I don't like the way it tastes at all. It doesn't have that nice southern taste. Okay, so you see what I'm working with? Kind of like hamburger patties. Add a little bit more flour. And you're supposed to wet your hands in between so it's not so sticky like I was dealing with right there, but I don't feel like doing all of that. If I could skip a step, I generally try to. So my friend Evelyn, she told me how to make these in New York. I was around, I'm going to say I was about 23 years old or 22. She told me how to make these. And so we made them and we ate them, and then I wanted more. They were so yummy. And she let me do it all by myself, and I did it. She was shocked because she was like, normally when she teaches somebody, they never remember. But I was like, that's because I'm a cook. I'm not a chef, but I'm a cook. I've cooked, so it's easier for me to pick up things because I cook. Those people that you taught, they probably didn't cook, so they couldn't remember stuff. Or they just weren't interested. I don't know. I know I was interested because I had salmon cake at like a restaurant. That was it, maybe once or twice. A lot of times when I would go with my friend, she was Jewish, and they would have salmon cakes at well, she would take us to this place to eat. They would have knish and salmon croquettes or something they had. Yeah. They were so delicious. So when my friend said she would teach me, I was like, please teach me how to make salmon cakes. I would love that. I think I need a little bit more flour, but I think it's just enough left because I don't want to get my hands in that flour. I'd have to wash them first. Okay, looks like we're going to have one more. It smells so yummy. The salmon with the herbs and the veggies, the peppers and the garlic and onion. It smells really, really, I haven't even cooked it yet and it smells so good. Now, if you have company and you're cooking these, they're all running in the kitchen. What's that? What's that? Because it smells so yummy. All right, so let me get this cleaned up. I want to stop the camera, but I can't. I think I can. Wait. Okay, so I have three pots on the stove. So this is the water. The one back here is water boiling for the grits, and I'm using this type of grits. Normally it comes in a bag, but this is how they're selling it now. I don't like these containers. They're so cheap. These companies, these billion-dollar companies, these billionaires, they try to keep all the money to themselves. They don't want to distribute anything. I mean, this thing is so cheaply made. Even when I opened it, half of it poured out because it's just so cheap. It's horrible. If you can find them in a bag, grab a bag. But like I said, these billion-dollar companies, they do their best to cut corners. They really do. This pot is for the eggs. I'm gonna fry 2 eggs. I have a little olive oil and a little butter, and then here I have some olive oil with a little bit of vegetable oil so it can come to that temperature. And this is for the salmon cakes. For the grits, I'm making serving for 4. The directions is right on the back. You just go to how many people you want to serve. If you want to serve one person, you follow the column for servings for 1. I'm doing 4. And normally 4 servings is for 2 people. So remember, this serving is like that much grits. So you want more grits than that. So always go with more. If you're cooking for like 3, you would do 6 servings. So it's 4 cups of water and then 1 cup of grits. So what is this? Oh man, I couldn't. Artichoke. This time I remembered. It's an artichoke, and it's a cup, a measuring cup. So it's 1 cup. So that's why that's in there. But let's go. I think this pot is hot enough to put the salmon cakes in. Oops, that flipped right out of my hand. And I actually let these sit kind of long. I've been watching something on TV. I was on the phone. That's one thing about doing videos. You can always come back when you want. So these things been sitting for a minute, which isn't good. Yeah. I can actually get them all in here, I think. Which I normally don't do stuff like that because I don't like to smother my pan. But I don't want to stand here all day. So I think I'm going to put them all in. Yeah, I'm going to get them all in there. All right. Squish on in. Remember, they're not cooked yet, so you can squish them to make space. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and crack my eggs. Oh, the water's boiling. So one thing, when this water's boiling back here, you add the grits. You want to stir immediately and then lower the temperature as you're stirring. And you want to put that to low. And you got to watch your grits. Like how you have to watch your gravy, you have to watch your grits. Because what happens if you don't stir it constantly, the bottom will thicken up on the bottom. I'm turning it down, but it's still boiling. I think I'm going to wait on the eggs because I'm doing too much. So I have this on low. I'm doing too many things. You know, guys, I haven't had the best health lately. So, you guys caught me at a good time. I had a long run. And all of a sudden, my health just kind of caught up with me. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing that I'm not used to. It's just that it's worse now. Okay, you want to check the bottom. Let it cook a little bit more. I have it on high heat, but I really need to turn it down just a bit. So what you want to do is cook the top and the bottom of the salmon cake, and then you bring your temperature down and let the inside kind of cook. You don't want the inside to be too raw, where it's like it came out of the can. That's not a good taste. And I'm just getting some paper towels together because, you know, this is being cooked in grease, so you want to have some paper towels to drain off the grease when it comes off the fire. That's all I'm doing behind the scene there. Oh, I gotta stir my grits, see? I almost forgot. Oh wow, I caught it just in time. It was getting thick. And these cook anywhere from 12 to 14 minutes, or just, you can kind of tell when they're ready. Normally when the fish is ready, the grits are ready. And it's good if you had help, they can start the eggs. Maybe I'll go ahead and get the eggs started. I just don't want to do too much and then something gets messed up. See, one thing when you crowd the pan, it's hard to flip them. I am struggling to flip them. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, it's too late now because they're already in the pot. Got one more to go. Oh. Okay. I like to also fry porgies with my grits. That's what we grew up on that in New York. And my mom didn't make it too much, but that was a staple dish. Porgies, fried porgies and grits. With scrambled eggs or any kind of eggs you want. I'm going to turn these grits down just a bit because they're cooking too quick. Okay, this should be hot. Let's go ahead and put our eggs in. And you can cook any kind of eggs to your liking. So I like my eggs sunny side up with the top cooked just a bit because I don't like that rawness on the top. Some people like to add their cheese and eggs now. If you like, you can, but I don't like to mess up the texture of the grits, so I normally don't add grits until I serve them up in the plate because you mess up the texture as you're cooking it. But if you're going to add cheese, I guess you could add it now. I mean, you could even still add it at the table because it's going to be hot, so the cheese will melt. Just have some shredded cheese or some thinly sliced cheese. So I keep hearing crackling noise. I was wondering what it is. It's the sunroof and the rain is hitting it. You know, I'm not used to a lot of noise in this house. I'm still new in this place. And you should be moving these, but I can't move them because I put too many. So I'm going to kind of gently slide them across and stuff like that. And then this middle one can kind of maybe spin them. Ooh, the middle one's breaking apart. Oh, okay, I got you. Alright. That middle one was really squished. I should have waited on that one. I was hoping that they were shrinking. I can just push them on the side, but these things are large. They're not shrinking. Yeah, so you see how I moved them around a bit? You can't go wrong with these. So simple. I only have one spatula, so I gotta wipe this off. I bought some new serving utensils for this house. I don't like them. They're so cheaply made. This new stuff, man, I don't know about it. Like I said, these billionaires, they cut corners. You know, years ago when everything was being made, especially manufactured, they were using the best quality stuff because they were trying to get buyers. Because people didn't know about this stuff because it was all new ideas and new creativity. So, but these days, they know you're going to buy it, so they don't care. Just like these grits, they would have never just made this product with this cheaply carton container. But they know you're going to buy it now because they know you're hooked on it. And it's not much competition when it comes to grits. So the grits are done. And if you notice, I'm using all non-stick pots. These are Rachel Ray pots. They are amazing. I've had them now for over a year and they still look brand new. I have no complaints. In fact, I was trying to order new pots. I can't find what I like, so I may just order another set of these. Then I was like, why would I do that when these are still like brand new? So I just decided not to order any. Yeah. Let me see. These might need to be turned around. Yeah. And then we're going to turn the fire down. Because now you want the inside to cook, so I'm putting it on a real low temperature. Let me stand that one up so I can get the middle to turn. I wish I could change the positions, but there's not enough space in this pot. So now I have the fire on low, extra low. See, now this is sunny side up eggs, but I like to turn mine over just to cook just a little bit on the top because I don't like the yolk, the raw yolk like that. My mom, she loves sunny side up, and I give it a little smash so it can loosen up and cook a bit. So when I go to restaurants, it's hard for me to order my eggs because it's not sunny side up. It's not cooked well. So I just explain it, and they understand immediately. They understand immediately. So, I guess when you're a chef, you know, things are easy for you to comprehend. Okay, so the grits are done. And here, I have a warming station here. And I would just sit these right here in the middle on the warming station. But I'm just going to cut it off. That's one less thing that I have to worry about. I'll just sit it on my little trivet back there. And I need a plate. So the eggs are done. See how the top is cooked just a bit? That's how I like them. It's still a little mushy on the inside, yeah. And I do put salt on my eggs. That's about the only thing I put salt on is my eggs. I cannot eat eggs without salt, even my boiled eggs. So my daughter bought this for me, some sea salt. I don't never just use it. I pour it in my hand because you can't tell what's coming out. So if you pour it in your hand, you can kind of monitor it. Yeah. And I'm going to put some crushed black pepper. I want to give these another turn though. These are done. We're just going to turn them one more time and let them cook low on the other side. Like I said, you don't want the inside to be raw. That's the worst thing you can do is serve your family or your guests and it's raw on the inside. You don't want that, yeah. So look how delicious the eggs look. Isn't that yummy? I put black crushed pepper, and I'm only having one egg. So I might as well just serve this up right here with you guys. Got our grits. Grits go really good with fried fish, so we'll do that another time. That's the day I have to get to that farmer's market to get those delicious fresh fish. And that farmer's market is even further from where I live, so I don't think I'm going there anytime soon. I'm going to put some black pepper on the grits. I think you can see me. I'm not sure if I'm in the camera. I don't like salt on my grits. That's why I think I don't like cheese on my grits either. So these are done. came out perfectly. See? It just looked perfect. I'll show them to you. Matter of fact, I can put this here. I think you can see that in the camera. Yeah. All right. That one looks like it needs to cook some more. These two are really big. See how it's nicely golden brown? Yeah, you don't want both sides golden brown though, so. I think I'm just going to take them out. Because I don't need to cook them all overcooked because I'm going to be heating them up another day. Yeah. All right. And then let's grab this one. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. I hope you guys enjoy. I put a lot of work into getting all this stuff set up like that. And then we can't forget our delicious biscuits. Oh my gosh. Just delicious. Oh, wait. We're not done. Because where's the one that I had open? Give me one moment, guys. Yeah, the biscuits got a bit cold. I'm going to take out some of this flaky stuff. And I'm going to get some jelly. So give me a minute. Remember, we have this delicious jelly. I hope I can get it open. Because I tend to struggle with stuff. Oh, wow. Thank God. I tend to struggle with these things, opening up. Oh, this jelly looks amazing. Lovely. And these are already buttered. You really don't need to add a lot of butter. So the reason why I didn't want to leave out that step was because that sweet jelly is going to add the essence to this meal, this southern meal. I hope you guys enjoy. God bless. Nice hearty breakfast.